பார்த்துடலாம். ஸோ தட் வியூவர்ஸ்க்கு வந்து ஒரு ஐடியா கிடைக்கும். ஸோ வீடியோ கிளிப் பார்த்துட்டு நம்ம தொடர்ந்து பேசலாம்.
Okay. Welcome to India. On behalf of Silver Tongue, I'm really happy that you were able to spend some time with us in spite of your very tight schedule to spend some time with us for a couple of weeks. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How has your experience been so far in India?
First, may I say thank you in return for inviting me to India and for the entire Silver Tongue team. We spent many hours of preparation on all sides of the world getting ready for this trip. And so my experience joining you all in India has been delightful, inspiring, illuminating, a little nerve-wracking in the traffic, which maybe we'll talk about later, and overall heartwarming. I'm very, very happy to be here.
Oh, thank you.
And so in preparing, I mentioned the preparing to join you all in India.
Right.
I looked around my home state of Idaho in the United States, and as I searched for things to bring to talk about what is Idaho and what are the popular activities, I came across this dish towel. And as I looked at the back, I read cotton dish towel, 100% cotton,
right.
Made in India.
Oh, wow.
So this towel has now traveled all the way around the world, made here in India, to my hometown, Boise, Idaho, and it became a storytelling tool for the class itself.
Okay.
And now here it's back in India. And one of the things that we talked about in class is that even before I arrived in India, we were connected because of the commerce, because of the industry and the trade. Right. And so it's even better to know that with that connection, we can be together in person.
We are very happy to have you too with us, Jana. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now you're here to spread the message of leadership. So why leadership? Why do you choose this topic for this trip?
Leadership. Leadership is especially important to all of us, whether we're in a school environment, a work environment, our cities, our states, our entire nations. Without leadership, it becomes very difficult for us to avoid wars, for us to solve problems. And so I am a firm believer in our ability to grow our skills as leaders and then be more effective in our families, our communities, and our countries.
Okay. Do you think leadership qualities are inborn, or do you think they could be developed?
Of course, that's a question of many centuries of debate. Is a person born with the strengths, or do we train them? Right. I'll share something that came out of the class this week that we've been working through on leadership skills. And one of the students said, clearly, leadership is teachable and trainable, because look how much I've learned in just this week. So the commentary has included, the testimonials of what Silver Tongue is providing, skill-wise, have included, I've gained confidence. I've increased my teamwork skills. I can communicate more effectively as a result of what I am learning.
Okay, thank you. Why training? Why have a particular training program? Because we can always learn through experience or observation. Why have a formal training for leadership?
A formal training for leadership is very important because sometimes we don't know how we are behaving in the world around us. And we need that feedback and that information that tells us this is working well, this could improve and be more effective in the way that I inspire others.
Yes, Jana.
Thank you. And I think that if we look at the 80-20 rule,
okay.
80% of skills and qualities associated with leadership are things that we need teaching and, yes, experience, but also the teaching opportunities. What are the systems and the structures? We've talked a lot about that in class and will continue in the leadership classes ahead. I might be happy going with the flow, but if you need structure, then we create stress for each other. And we may not know that until we take time out and participate in a training program that brings that to our attention.
What kind of age group are you targeting this program? Is it open for all, or do you have any particular age group?
That's a great question. I believe that 15 years old or 15 years of age and older, meaning we have enough life experience to work in the intensity of the 4-hour environment, because we are working really hard for 4 straight hours in order to grow and develop those skills, as we talked about just a moment ago. I also think that what one of the students shared about stepping into the training classroom with hope, by the end of the first day, they were able to say, I have built my confidence. I feel better about myself and my skills.
Okay, Jana, now coming to the actual training program itself, what are the contents of the course and what are the different methodologies that you use while training?
That's a great question. It's important to recognize that over 5 days we can build a lot of skills. So the methodologies that I use are very interactive. We start with some lecture and scatter that throughout the days because I'm sharing information about the leadership skills. We continue on with brainstorming, which is idea generation. We also use small group activities and teamwork and large group discussions. And because this is a learning opportunity, we have an opportunity to build skills day over day, and I'll be happy to share the content in a moment.
Okay.
Build skills day over day such that by the 4th day of the course, students are standing and presenting, proving the skills they are learning.
Yeah, could you please share the contents with us?
Sure, the contents.
Right.
5 days, we have an exciting lineup. We begin the week with leadership and listening skills. Right away, the class identifies that listening and speaking are part of the skills of being an effective leader. So we spend the first day and into the second day on listening, building from leadership to listening into speaking skills. What are the key elements of speaking effectively? And that every time we speak, it's an opportunity to use a clear and exciting opening, and well, you'll have to come to class to learn the rest. And then we build from listening and speaking skills into presentation skills.
Right.
What does it mean to stand in front of a group or sit in a meeting to deliver a presentation that others will listen to?
Right. What next?
Next, we build those skills, listening, speaking, and presentation, into meeting leadership skills.
Right.
If I'm calling a meeting, I need to have structure to guarantee or ensure productivity.
Okay. Then,
the 5th day, we wrap up the program bringing all of those skills together, and the students are given impromptu topics that some of them they are preparing for over the 4th into the 5th day, some of which will be a surprise.
Right.
Don't let that scare you. The team environment, the cooperation and harmony that is built because everyone is participating in the skill building provides support.
okay.
It's not a scary situation.
Okay, now you are doing this program for 20 hours over 5 days. Do you really believe that transformation could happen so quickly in 20 hours?
I do. In fact, I was surprised that on the first day, there were individuals, teenagers, young adults, saying, I feel more confident. At the end of the first day, 4 hours. So in 20 hours, yes, we can see change.
Right.
And what's important is that all of the leadership skills help with school, with volunteer activities, with university experiences, and in the workplace.
Okay, Jana, coming back to the ongoing program, what's your feedback about the current crop of youngsters you're training?
Excitement. These students are brilliant, capable, enthusiastic, and willing to invest their energy in learning new things. And they've communicated that change is happening. May I share some of the testimonials that they shared with me?
Oh, okay, please do.
So the exciting news is, as I mentioned, at the end of the first day, there was change. So here's an example. The leadership class has taught me to be precise, short, and be interesting and sound smart, all at the same time. This is really helpful.
Wow, fantastic. Right, then, the next one, please.
And what I appreciate about the testimonials is that they have summarized what we're experiencing in the class. So the next one says, the value is that I was able to overcome my 12th grade marks.
Okay.
Maybe this was a relief
Right.
at the break time.
Right.
It helped me to present myself better than before. I learned teamwork and cooperation, to work well with others. I gained more knowledge for myself.
Okay.
So no fear, join the class. Another student says, I have learned many things from the class. The most valuable aspects were for me building confidence, we talked about that earlier, effective teamwork, and organization skills, time management skills. I feel these are the most important qualities of a leader.
Has language been a barrier to communication so far? How do you feel? Are they able to understand the way you're speaking?
Yes, the students are able to understand me. The greater challenge is my ear is not yet trained to hear all of the accents of South India.
Right.
So on the first day, it was very difficult for me to understand all of the students.
Right.
And so I patiently would say, please say it again, or I would walk closer and say, please tell me again.
Right.
That way they knew I was a willing learner,
Right.
the mark of a good leader, and that I would be patient, and would they please be patient with me as I learned to understand them. I'm happy to share that by the 4th of the 5-day class, I could understand each student more effectively because my ear was getting used to the different accents.
Right.
And so proof of the learning that's been happening and proof that we have not had a language barrier is from this last student that I'll share.
Right.
From the many in the class.
Right.
So comparing to where I was last week and now as a result of this class, could be saying it's equal to the distance between the sun and the earth.
Oh.
I think there was understanding.
Right.
Looking at this from the different perspectives, I would say that now I am a good leader, and when I came into the class, I was a leader.
Okay, final question, Jana. It is generally predicted that India is going to be a superpower maybe in the next 20 years or so. So how do you look at the potential? How do you see the Indian youth of today?
The youth of today are in a position to shape their experiences. India has the human power second only to China.
Right.
So with leadership skills in place, with innovative out-of-the-box thinking in place,
Right.
rather than being a burden unto itself, the country can grow. The country can recognize its human resources and build upon them because we are all connected.
Right.
No matter where we live, our countries are connected.
Thank you, Jana. Thank you for sharing your valuable time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hello, Jana.
Well, that was a wonderful interview.
Thank you.
So இந்த இன்டர்வியூல நிறைய தகவல்கள் வந்து ஜானா ஷேர்